Imagine that you are in the office and one of your friends sort of leans over to you and tells you that, please give me a few minutes, I'll be back shortly. And, when somebody says that, what do you expect? Maybe they are going out to get coffee or going out for lunch, right? That makes sense. But then they lean over and say, I'm about to get married. Now, this actually happened to a friend of mine. He was in the office typing emails as discussed, let's cycle back, I'll get back to you, Excel, PowerPoint. And his friend leans over and says, I'm about to get married. He's excited. So he says, congratulations. Oh, by the way, when are you getting married? He says, oh, in 30 minutes time. The guy like, all right, interesting. Now, you can still live with that. The registry is down the road. He gets there and he gets back. Well, the one that you really do not expect to hear is when your friend leans over and he tells you, oh, my wife is having a child. And he says, oh, congratulations, beautiful. When is her due date? 10 to 15 minutes. Somewhere mentally, you're asking yourself, should you be here right now? Because it begs the question that if the wife is having a child, you don't expect him to be there. You really don't expect him to be there. Which is why I was surprised the last time I was here in this city. I was speaking with a friend. I was having a chat with a friend, and he was sharing an experience with me. His name is Adi, and he was telling me about his friend. Let's call him Mr. A. Mr. A asked my friend Adi to please stay with his wife, who was in labor, because he was at work. And it was shocking to us. And it begs the question that how did he make that decision? How do I make decisions? How do you make decisions? Upon reflection, I was thinking about it that Mr. Hay had already made that decision 1,000 times before that day. Oh, no, it's not because the guy has 1,000 children, no. But because, like all of us, we have a decision-making mechanism inside of us that is the real engine for the decisions that we make. It's that driver for the decisions that we make. So, apologies for the technology reference. Let's call that decision-making algorithm our stack. And it's an area of research that some friends of mine and I are sort of working on, in which we are engaging with people and we still ask them, what's your stack? What are the things that matter to you? What are the things that are important? And almost everybody usually we start with the list of, let's assume they are married. They say, it's my wife, it's my children, it's my siblings, it's my family, it's my in-laws. Well, the in-laws is a bit tricky. It's usually at the top or at the far bottom. Kind of depends. Then after that, they might put work. Then they might put some of their charitable activities, some of their other engagements with the social. But almost oftentimes, it kind of looks like that for most people. Then we ask the next set of questions around specific questions that force them to make real decisions. Let's think of some examples. The time is 6 o'clock. You're working from home. Work ends at 5. Then your child walks up to you, wants to have a chat. But there's this particular point of work that you want to finish up. Do you pause that and attend to the child? Or do you tell the child to wait and you finish the work? Let's find a different example. You're having a chat with your spouse. Your phone rings. It's your mom. Do you call back your mom later, or do you pick the phone right now? Let's go a bit further away from family. Some of us drive cars. Which one is more on schedule? Your annual maintenance for your car, or your annual checkup? Or you've been too busy for that? Where are our priorities? Where do they really lie? Is the stack that we spoke about just a few minutes ago the real stack, or do we have a different one with which we really truly make decisions? Now, for everyone, it matters for you to know what your stack is. So I have a couple of ideas. And my recommendations is know your stack, live your stack. How do you know your stack? Sit down and really truly reflect that how do you spend your time, energy, and money? Because your bank account actually tells you where you spend. Again, is for someone who has the opportunity sometimes to understand how people are spending money, it reflects your priorities. Understand what your priorities are. Reflect on it. Who is that person that if he calls you right now, you will walk out of here to go pick the call? And who is it that will call you and you kind of look at it, nah, I'll check it out later. Also, ask your friends, ask your family, ask your kids if you have them, ask your mentors. They will be able to give you feedback on what your real stack is. Now that you know what your stack is, write it out. I strongly encourage for you to write it out. Now, if you don't like it, reorder it. And when you reorder it, think about it. But most important, leave it out. Let it be that the next time you are dealing with tensions, let it be the next time you are trying to make a decision, let it be that the next time that you are in that peculiar situation where you are trying to make up your mind who gets that resource of time, energy, or money, you fall on your stack, this time consciously, not the default one that's always been within you. Essentially, bring your stack out of the darkness and let it be your guiding light. Because then your stack will be able to reflect the direction your life will go and inevitably affect your destiny and most importantly, your legacy. Thank you for listening.